Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. I hope it's not gone unnoticed that Harley, right, who works here in the creche, has taken a little paddling boat and gone round the whole world and remapped our world behind, because people were saying that Britain wasn't on it. Do you know, I didn't realise that. I just thought it was slightly warped, like seeing a reflection in a spoon. Well, anyway, today, first of all, happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, Sarah, my firstborn when I was 18 years of age. Isn't that wonderful? Right, here then, Diane Abbott is in the news again, isn't she? Bless her. So here's what I think about Diane Abbott. First of all, I met her once. I was coming out of the Strangers restaurant in the House of Commons. Someone had taken me for lunch there and I was trying to scrounge some money for veterans. And I came out and there was Diane Abbott walking along. She had a bit of a walk. She had a walk, wasn't in a hurry. And she was with another man called Bernie Grant. Remember him? He used to dress like an African prince. He was a spectacular looking bloke. And the two of them looked at me and I said, Diane Abbott. And she went, poof. That was it. I'm still waiting for the translation of what that meant, but she's not all there, is she? The cost, do you remember that? The cost of Nick Ferrari, give her the good news. Not literally didn't give her the good news. I believe that was Jeremy Corbyn. That was the word round the campfire. Don't quote me on it. I'm only saying what other people say. Oh, imagine if he was Prime Minister. You'd say, our Prime Minister has slept with Diane Abbott. No. Apparently, I was talking to a bloke the other day who's been abroad with Diane Abbott on one of these parliamentary jollies, and he says she's fantastic. She's really switched on. No, he didn't say that at all. He said she's great fun, and she does do the odd gaff. But let's just speak about what she said. She is saying that Jews, I hate that word, Jewish people, travellers, more P words, and someone else you mentioned, are Irish. They don't suffer racism, they just suffer prejudice. Well, it's really, really interesting that, comparing the word prejudiced to racist. So, prejudice means to prejudge, doesn't it? So it means you dislike someone before you ever met them. I think that's quite good. Are you prejudiced? But that seemed to meant back in the 70s and 80s, you are racist. If you were prejudiced, you were racist. And it's about black people. Racism is about black people. Let's not get carried away. And so I think she might have a point by saying that the Jewish people, when they suffer anti-Semitism, I don't quite get that. When they don't have prejudice or racism. They have anti-Semitism. I don't get that. Or majority of my friends are Jewish. I don't see any difference at all. It's not a race. It's a religion, isn't it? And they will say it's not a religion. It's a way of life. So if you don't like Freemasons, are you racist as well? I don't know. Are you? Are the Irish a race? No. Yes? Are they? Are the English a race? What defines a race? A group, a job lot of people. So Asians are a race, aren't they? But Swedish and Danish are not a race. You couldn't say, if you were Danish, I don't like Swedish people. Oh, that's racist. No. It just means you don't like Swedish people. Why you wouldn't like Swedish people, I've no idea. But she is saying that, that only black people suffer racism. And she's... Well, she might have a point. But it's just a play on words, isn't it? What she's saying is black people get a much, much harder time than Jewish people, travellers or Irish people. Well, it's ridiculous. I'm sick of this bloody racism stuff going on. I saw a thing on YouTube the other day. Some young snowflake girl in America was questioning this man who was doing a lecture about why there's so many black people in prison and why there are so many single parents in black families in America, and he proved every point, got every statistic, and she still wouldn't have it, and she stormed off, stupid little snowflake. But there you go. I suppose she could get a job in Denmark telling us if the globe warms up by 1 degree, we'll all fucking die. But anyway, so Diane Abbott, let's not bash her up. And Keir Starmer, you're really quick to jump on poor old Diane, aren't you, and throw her out. I mean, for heaven's sake, what are you going to do? You know, if you hear someone that's sitting on a sunshine coach making a noise, you're going to throw them out as well? No, cut her a bit of slack. You knew what she meant. You're just all frightened to death, especially with the Jewish thing, isn't it? Because Jeremy Corbyn is so anti-Semitic that it's unbelievable. Is this the support for Palestine? Is this what's brought this on? Crazy. Anyway, I'd leave her alone. She's a bit daft and dotty, but she's a character. And so, Diane, you know, don't pull your hair out over this, or take your wig off, or whatever. And to all the Irish and the Jewish and the travelling people, you'd probably be the first one to say, no, we don't get treated with racism. Some people don't like us, but that's fair enough. Some people do take the good with the bad. Talking of racism, happy Anzac Day to everyone out there in Australia and New Zealand. Enjoy celebrating what your two countries did and achieve. And let's just move on very quickly to something I care very dearly about, food, as you can tell. And it now seems that sons of celebrities are cashing in, aren't they? And Brooklyn Beckham, I think he was named Brooklyn because that's where he was conceived, you know. And my daughter Sarah, whose birthday is today, her middle name is Ford Cortina. And so anyway, he has decided that he's a cook, and he keeps going on TokTik or on the thingies and whatever, Facebook. I keep seeing him trying to cook stew, and he's fucking useless. He is. He buggered up a cheese sandwich today. That's hard to do, Brooklyn. So don't give up your day job. Just look after your mum and dad and let them be famous, because you won't be famous as a cook. We've all tried it. Have a look at this. Here's a little excerpt from me. This is one of the series on Ustream. It's hysterical. How I let it on there, I've no idea, because it's just as bad as Brooklyn. Here's a little bit of Jim's kitchen.
Well, that works, but it might warm me scotch up too much. It's going to end in tears, isn't it? That's not going to stay there, that chopping board. There must be a way. I'll have to ask an Indian person. Hello there in the fog.
It's got a very nice smell of countryside with a barbecue. Okay, now we're going to start to make the sauce and stick them in and get our spinach on the go. Okay, what we're going to do with the spinach is just cook it normally. So get a big pot, throw it in, a little bit of water, knob of butter if you like. Let it cook for... Who's that? Is this here? Yeah. Let it cook till it's cooked. Then we'll let it steam off and drain for a bit, and then we put it in that thing there, the percolator, the big thing, the lollop it and down and screw them a thing. Okay, and then we're going to fry it all up with these boys, and then add some cream, and then we'll have some beautiful rice as well. Cheers. Here's to Keith. Floyd, not Emerson. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, be sure to go to ustream.com and sign up. If you're a cheapskate, click subscribe down below and then turn notifications on so you never miss another video.